What would they say to you if they were completely and 100% honest? No holds barred, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Let's see what spirit guides have to tell you about that today. Before you are three choices, okay? We have three crystal clusters here in front of you. Please choose whichever you feel the most attracted to. And then once you have done so, there's a timestamp below to take you straight to your reading. Now, if you have multiple people you're thinking about trying to ascertain the truth on, then you can link each person to an object here. Just rely on your intuition. Your intuition is a guide for you in these readings, okay? So go ahead and make your choice or choices, and I will see you at your reading. Okay, go ahead and make your choice or choices, and I will catch up with you at your reading. Welcome to your reading pile 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at your message today. What would they tell you if they were completely 100% honest with you? What would they say? Okay, let's begin at the beginning, shall we? We have Peacock. Beware of great pride. Okay. Next, we're getting the Abyss. Depth, shadow work. Okay. Microwave, timing, efficiency, results. Okay. Poverty. Okay. Interesting. El Bobo, or the Fool. We have cake. Okay. Yum. We have shiver. All right. Trust the signs. Oops. Coffee date. And finally, the Five of Cups. So this person felt like things are easy for you. They feel like things are easy for you. And they think that you're a bit cocky because of how things are easy for you. Like things have been pretty gravy, you know, life has been a slice of cake, you know, that kind of thing. I almost get the feeling like they think you're a bit cocky, or like they think that you think you're all of that. This could merely be a projection on their part. Okay. They feel that you've had it easy in life in some ways. Perhaps you got something too easily, and they feel that it went to your head. I think that this person feels like they're an outsider. This person feels like life has been cold to them. It's been nothing but emptiness and nothingness, and they've had to really go digging deep for whatever it is that they have in life. And they feel like on the flip side, things have been very easy for you, and you can walk around with pride. Whereas compared to them, they've always felt like an outsider, always felt like they were treated coldly. Maybe they felt like you treated them coldly. I don't know. Okay? This person feels like they needed you to follow the signs when it came to timing and being efficient. They feel like maybe life has been too easy for you, so maybe you don't understand that results have to come quickly. I feel like this is a bit of a career reading or something like that. Doesn't feel romantic. Maybe it is though. Let's keep looking. I feel like this person's all about timing. If this is a romantic reading, then I think that this person thinks that you drag your feet on things. You don't pay attention to the signs. Like, okay, I'm ready for this next step, or I'm ready for that next step. Maybe they feel like you drag your feet and you leave them out in the cold too much. I'm just getting like this person's saying that they think that you don't pay attention maybe to the signs, that what they need is quick results. Okay, maybe this is what they would tell you if they were 100% honest. Okay, I'm also seeing that this person feels, wow, this person's had a hard time in life, whoever they are. They felt lacking. As he shiver here, they're out in the cold, you know, barely warm, you know, their face is not just red, but also blue. I see poverty here. So I feel like this person has had a very hard time in life, and they felt like either too poor to date people, or they felt like they don't get to have lots of options, maybe, or something like that. Maybe they're lacking in some kind of way, so therefore they can only afford to go on a coffee date. They can't go out to like a proper dinner. They can't take anyone out to dinner. They can only do like a little coffee date because that's what they can afford. So I get the feeling like maybe they gave you, maybe you feel like this person breadcrumbed you, but it had to do with finances. And I feel like this person has a poverty mentality to boot. And they feel like, you know, they feel that you're entitled. You come across as entitled to getting a nice chunk of cake or something, whereas all they can afford is a $2 cup of coffee. Okay. I feel like this person, it watched you walk away. It was watching you leave, but they're very disappointed. They're very disappointed. Okay. They feel a great sense of loss, because even though they feel like, okay, well, I've had a hard life and you have a nice life and everything is handed to you easily, they still feel disappointed that you're walking away. They wish they could have stuck with you. They wish they could have continued to date you. They wish they could have given you more even, okay? And I feel like this person is in a dire state. They need help. Because I see that this person here is disappointed, and there's a lighthouse in the distance telling them which way to go. So I feel like this person may be bereft. They may be having some sort of, they might be under some sort of needful conditions. They might be in dire straits, lacking something, filled with regrets. They have regrets because they couldn't afford to date you. They have regrets because they couldn't afford to spend money and do more with you. Okay, they maybe, you know, it's funny because on one hand they feel like, you know, haughty, and they feel like you act entitled, and they think that you're cocky and all this. On the other hand, they really wish they could have been able to afford to keep you. They wish they could have been able to afford to date you properly. Okay. I feel like this person may have not had enough finances to cover, maybe their resources were low, because it says here, efficiency, results, timing is right for quick results. So they wanted a quick outcome from you, a quick outcome, but they lacked the resources to back you up in that. Okay. They feel like at the same time, they feel like they didn't deserve a quick result from you, because they weren't either paying you enough or spending enough on you. They just felt like they were not on your level, or they weren't worthy of you in some kind of way. And maybe they tried to tell you this somehow. I just see someone leaving. I see someone leaving. And what's left behind is someone who's shivering, someone who's in the cold, someone who's disappointed, someone who feels a sense of loss. Okay? Perhaps there was a project they wanted to get off the ground, and since you're leaving, that's not going to be happening. Maybe they wanted a relationship with you, not going to be happening. Maybe they wanted a baby, maybe they have a child and wanted a mother for their child. That's not going to be happening. You know, I feel like they're watching you leave. For some of y'all, they're watching you leave, and they feel cold. They feel left behind. They feel like they're lacking. They're going to miss your warmth. Though they felt you were cocky, they also felt that you are a nice thing to see around. You're a nice thing to have. You are like a slice of the rich life. Okay? That they can't afford to keep long term. I feel like you're not a gold digger, but it's like you're expecting them to make the next move, right? Just the next move. But they can't even afford the next move. That's how bad it is with this person. They can't, it's not even about, they're viewing the next move, maybe taking you out on another date or spending more time with you, whatever, as some big ask. That's how depleted and low down this person is, okay? And that's what I'm seeing in the cards. I hope this message made sense. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give it a like. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this reading. Take very good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye. Welcome to your reading pile 2. You've chosen this beautiful crystalline rock crystal cluster. I can't even get the words out right. But today we're going to be taking a look at what they would tell you if they were 100% honest with you. Okay, let's begin at the beginning, shall we? We have Star, guaranteed success. That looks good. We have ripple effects, impact, consequence. All right, interesting. Okay, we have hammer. Ooh, that's a very strong message. Focus, impact, precision. It's impossible. Okay, and we're getting the strength card. That's a power card. That's a power card right there. Okay, fascinating. Okay, next we're getting New York. All right, beautiful city, a beautiful state. You have Skybound. All right, interesting. It's a beautiful card as well. Plastic smiles. Okay. We have Frozen. Not speaking, Stonewall, not taking action. And we're getting the King of Cups. Finally, last but not least. Okay. I feel like this person views you as a success. They view you as a star. Okay, perhaps they view you as you succeeded at getting your freedom. Okay, this person feels like you succeeded. This person feels like you succeeded at getting your freedom. I feel like this person also feels like you're a guaranteed success because of what you stand for, because of what you symbolize. Okay, perhaps they feel you were successful at going to New York. I know that's very simplistic, but yeah, that's maybe for a few of you. Very specific. But I feel like this person feels that you were successful at reaching your destination because that's what happened with the Statue of Liberty. She was a gift from France to the United States. It was a symbol of friendship, and it commemorated the 100th anniversary of American independence. They feel that you are a great friend. They feel that you're a great friend. Okay. They feel that you succeeded at achieving your freedom and achieving your independence. Okay, this is something they would tell you if they were 100% honest with you. Okay, or they feel that you will be. They feel that you will be. Okay, you will be successful at being free. You will be successful at reaching your destination. They believe in you. That's another possible message. But this is how they view you. Okay, so I feel like this person feels like you put a lot of effort, the right effort into things. Okay, that the results are inevitable. You are skybound. Okay, you will succeed. I feel like this person is very certain that you're going to be very successful. That's what I'm getting from this. I'm getting here a bird being free from a cage as well, you see? And then we got a Statue of Liberty, which is a symbol of freedom and independence. So I feel like this person feels like you put in the right kind of efforts, and it's only a matter of time now before you are free, or they feel like you're already free. You've worked for your freedom. This is how they view you. This is what they think of you. Okay, they feel like you've freed yourself from a situation where you were entrapped. Perhaps you worked yourself out of debt, or you have gotten yourself out of a sticky situation, or perhaps you've escaped from a crappy job, or where there were grueling hours and you were trapped indoors, or I don't know what it is. I just feel like they feel that it was inevitable, that you put in the right kind of activities, the right kind of efforts, and voila, you're free, or you will be. Okay, again, I'm getting this feeling like this person views you as very hardworking, that you're very focused, that you make the right kind of impact, you're very precise, you have well-aimed blows at your project or what it is that you're aiming for. Okay, and it's like you know exactly where to apply your efforts, and they feel that You have applied your efforts at looking friendly. You've applied your efforts at being a friend. They feel like you have made sure to come across like you look like an ally, sound like an ally, quack like an ally. You're not playing with it, okay? You don't want to come across like an enemy. Maybe you've done a really good job at being very good at customer service. Perhaps you do very well at your customer service job. Or perhaps they feel that you have remained their friend or their ally, and you made sure to give those smiles even when you didn't feel like it, okay? This is part of how you're working your plan towards being free, is that you make sure that you're friendly with them. You make sure that you look pleasant, okay? If there's anything wrong, you're not showing it. And I feel like with the brick wall behind these people, they sense that you view them as a prison guard of sorts, someone who has imprisoned you, okay? They feel that you view them as someone who has restricted you, confined you, and kept you away from your freedom, kept you from being yourself, kept you from, that they hold the keys to your cage, okay? They feel that this is how you view them, and that you have made it a point to be polite to them, to be pleasant with them, because you don't want to make them upset or offended, okay? This is how you have worked towards getting your freedom, okay? They're shocked. They're shocked at how you did this. They're shocked that you were able to remove yourself. You can see the house is literally levitating out of there. They thought you were a fixture, okay? This person thought that you would never leave. This person thought that they had you good, that you were going to be stuck in jail, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck behind that brick wall, and that you would never escape. You would never be free, okay? They expected you to be frozen in space, frozen in place, never speaking, stonewalled. They see now that they see that you freed yourself from the situation, and that you are no longer talking to them. They thought you were going to be a fixture, frozen in place, never speaking, never taking action, never making any progress, just stuck there. So they are shocked that you are working at trying to free yourself of something, okay? You're working to free yourself the whole time. Even though they thought they had you pegged, they thought they had you imprisoned, okay? They realize now that they thought that they had you chained. Look, you got a chain there on the lion. They thought that they had you chained. Perhaps they felt like, emotionally speaking, that you didn't have control of your emotions or something. But in reality, they realize now that you have mastered your emotions. They thought they were having to control you and having to keep you in place. So they felt like you were kept in place by forces around you. But they're realizing now that during this time, you worked steadily to learn how to control your emotions on your own. That you don't need this. You didn't need this imprisonment, okay? You didn't need this stonewalled vibe. You didn't need it. In fact, what it implies is not that you're powerless or something. What it implies is that you've learned to master your emotions, okay? They realize now that you are being brave, that you are being strong, you are being powerful. And that, the reason that you are now well behaved, or, things are under control, is because you mastered yourself. You worked at yourself to free yourself of the chains. You can see a cage here and a chain of your own limitations. Okay. They also feel like, they worked at being friendly with you. They worked at being friendly with you, making sure that they were nice to you and everything. They were being fake though, but they worked at it, okay? And they're realizing that maybe part of what they're experiencing too from you is they want to continue to have a hold of you, have possession of you, but they're realizing now that that's not going to be happening, that you're levitating, that you're leaving, okay? That you've left. They thought that they had you chained, but in reality, you have mastered yourself. That's what they're realizing now, okay? They want to control you even though they know that you mastered your emotions. And they realize that that's going to be impossible because you're not on speaking terms. For some of you, you're not on speaking terms with this person. Okay? You stonewalled them. So there's no way for them to control you if you don't speak to them. That's a message for some of y'all, okay? They see now that you worked very hard at looking, sounding pleasant, acting pleasant, looking pleasant. But in reality, you just wanted your freedom. You want to be free of this person. And they see that. They see that you want to be free of them. They see that you've succeeded in being free of them, even though they thought you never would. They thought you were just stonewalling them, but in reality, you were just in control of your emotions. It wasn't what they thought. They thought that you were just not speaking to them. But in reality, what's actually happened is that you're so in control of your emotions that your decision tree has led you to, oh, I don't need to talk to you that much, or I can be pleasant, but we don't have that same dynamic anymore. You don't have me like that anymore. This person thought that they had imprisoned you. Maybe they thought that they had imprisoned your emotions, or like they get to dictate how you feel and stuff like that. And they're realizing now that has changed. That whole dynamic has changed, and that you decide for yourself how you feel, and that you maintained and gotten control over your emotions. You've mastered your emotions. You worked hard at it. So this person feels like you've caught them off guard with this. You've caught them off guard. And they're realizing now that you are in control of yourself. You're in control of your inner beast. You're no longer out of control. Okay? You're no longer a prisoner of your emotions. Wow. And that is what I'm seeing in the cards for you, my beautiful pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense. If it did, please put a big fat like on it. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this reading. Take good care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye. Welcome to your reading, pile 3. Let's take a look at what your message has to say here on what would they say to you if they were completely honest with you. Okay, if they were 100% honest with you, what would they say? Let's start at the beginning, shall we? We got desk. Pay attention to your work. Okay, interesting. Cast adrift. Lost. Isolation. Light bulb. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay, we have hotel. All right. And Dame of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, I believe. Okay. Next, we're getting the bicycle. We got blindfold is next. Life lessons. All right. Only you. And last but not least, the Fool. You know, we got the Fool last on, I believe, pile number 1's reading. Yeah, we got the Fool. So I feel like someone noticed that you're working really hard and paying attention to your work right now. Okay, they feel that you're paying attention to your work, and that you have been very focused and busy, industrious, working hard. I feel like for some of you, maybe you're an athlete, if that's possible. You feel that you're making progress in your situation. They see you making progress in your situation. They feel that maybe they think that you used to be cast adrift. You used to be lost, not knowing which way to turn, that you didn't know which direction to go in, that you were kind of blind to life and blind to what you should be doing, like you weren't paying attention to where you were going in life. Okay, that you were just kind of like blind to the flow, the rhythm of life, and you were lost. But now that they see that you have woken up, okay, they feel that you have maybe had a great idea, or that you just woken up to life and you learned a lot from life. You learned a lot of lessons in life through that fallow period where they felt you were being adrift. Okay, they felt that you didn't know where you were going in life. You were just kind of aiming around, wandering around aimlessly. This is their point of view. Okay, I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what they're thinking of you. They feel that you've learned things now, and that you gained certain wisdom, and that you've completed a certain cycle, part of the cycle where the phase where you maybe didn't know where you were going, and you're wiser now. This is how they perceive you. They perceive you as having gotten your stuff together, and now you are maybe even sharing your lessons with others. Perhaps the idea you've gotten is to get a podcast. Maybe you have a podcast or you wrote a book and you're sharing all your ideas with people. And so they view you as having wised up. You're no longer cast about, lost, confused, not knowing what you're doing, not knowing whether you're coming or you're going. They feel that you really learned some things and you've really upgraded, you've leveled up who you are. I feel like they may want to marry you, honestly. I feel like for some of you, they may want to get with you. They feel like they maybe want to go on vacation with you because you've been working so hard. They want to spend time with you and focus on you. And because of, I mostly feel like they want to reward you for your hard work. They really appreciate how much you've grown and how much you're doing now and the progress you've made. But they feel that you're not going to want anything to do with them, though. They feel that you're not going to want this vacation. You're not going to want this time with them. That what you will want probably is to go on about your merry way and move on to other aspects of your life. Okay, so I feel like this is someone who maybe used to judge you, view you as not knowing what the heck you were doing. They thought maybe you were lost or blind, or they didn't think well of you. I'll be honest, okay? But they feel though that now that they realize, they feel you've transformed. You're very creative now. You shine, and it's like the light bulb got turned on upstairs. They feel, wow. And now you're very smart. Now they want to hang out with you. Now they want to spend time with you. Now they want to date you. They want to take you on a vacation, or find like some sort of maybe find some sort of hotel, go to a hotel with you, spend some time with you. But they're noticing that you don't want that, or you don't want them, and that you want to, honestly, they feel like you just want to move on with your life. Maybe that you don't want anything to do with them. That's a possibility, because I'm getting the Queen of Swords, I'm getting the Fool. This is about doing away with something. This is about starting a new chapter of your life. This is about taking risks and looking forward to bigger and brighter things, looking forward to the next chapter of your life. This is how they view you, and this is what they would say to you if they were 100% honest with you, is that you no longer tolerate, it's like you've seen through them. Okay, you've seen through them. You've seen that they look down on you. They didn't have a flattering view of you. They didn't understand that you were very intelligent. And that you get that now. They see that you get that. And they see that you understood that getting with them was not the thing for you to be doing. That you applied that same wisdom, that intelligence, the quote-unquote light that got turned on upstairs. You not only for doing better in life there's a light got turned on upstairs, but also you've learned to assess them accurately. You've learned to see that they, maybe they weren't playing fair with you, or they didn't view you correctly. And so therefore, you want to shut the door on that chapter of your life with them. You don't want anything to do with it. Or perhaps they feel that they can see now that you don't prefer to hang out with them. You prefer to hang out by yourself. You don't want any fools near you. Okay? Because in reality, what you were doing during that time when you were quote-unquote cast adrift or lost is you were gathering information. You were gathering intel. You were growing as a person. You needed a time when you were just experiencing life so you could gather knowledge, so you could gather wisdom. And because they didn't view it that way, you want nothing to do with them, I guess. And they're aware of this, okay? Yeah, they see that you don't want anything to do with them, but they want you to spend time with them, okay? They only want you. They don't want anyone else. They don't want anyone else. But they see that maybe you don't want them, okay? I feel like they've also learned a lesson dealing with you. They learned a lesson. They learned that they needed to be less judgy. They need to be less judgmental. And that you taught them something. Okay, you taught them something and they're wiser to it now. They're realizing that maybe they were blind to the fact that you know, everyone has humble beginnings, right? You got to start somewhere. And they're realizing that they were blind to this. They're realizing also that what they viewed as you being cast adrift or being lost was you gathering intel. They didn't have the eyes to see that. Okay? And they see now that you're very intelligent. And they just see that you don't want anything to do with that one-on-one time with them. They realize now that you just want to focus on yourself. But they've fallen for you, though. I feel like this person's falling for you. They view you now as like the top candidate. They're like, you're the best out there. That's what they think of you. Maybe they didn't used to view you that way, but they view you that way now. But they also see that you don't care. And you don't want anything to do with them. And that you're single, okay? And also they feel like maybe you don't see that they're interested in you. Okay? They're like, don't you see that I want you? Don't you see that I'm interested in you? How could you not see that? It's like you're overlooking them, or you're not noticing them, or you're doing without fun. You're doing without hanging out with them or going vacationing with them. And they see this. Okay, perhaps some of you are divorcing or have divorced. And but they want you, though. They do want you. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards as far as your message, guys. As far as what would they tell you, they were 100% honest with you. Thank you so much for bringing your energy to this reading. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this reading and found it resonant, then please put a thumbs up on it. And I'll catch up with you at the next one. Bye.